Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Mr. Chaos the Cunning Wolf, and today is the day of MLP Season 7. So both two episodes are up, and from what I saw, it didn't really look much like a premiere from the way I saw it. And I later found out that these two episodes are literally just two separate episodes. There's no to be continued or anything. They're not really connected. It's not really a full two-parter premiere. It's just two separate episodes. Not that I have a problem with that, but it just seems a bit weird. It's the first time we've ever had a season start off with just one episode beginning it and just another episode being uploaded on the same day. Oh well. But alright, so the first episode I'm going to be reacting to today is obviously episode 1, Celestial Advice. Celestial Advice. Okay, so this is going to be a Princess Celestia episode, or is this going to be the episode where Starlight Glimmer is graduating from friendship school because, you know, she's done all of her lessons? I'm not really sure, but I mean, we can only find out. So, yeah, and because these are two separate episodes, both the episodes aren't going to be in the same video. I'm actually gonna react to the second episode in a different video, so just be aware of that. So, MLP Season 7, Episode 1, Celestial Advice. I'm blind. I have no idea what is going to happen in this episode other than what I saw in the sneak peek. So, without further ado, let's embark on our journey of MLP Season 7. Oh, okay, so the graduation ceremony is in this episode, alright.
Medals of honor. Am I supposed to dress up? No, I mean, you could. It's like Rarity always says. There's no such thing as just looking for
Oh, Spike.
What are you looking at? No, don't look! 'Cause there
Now look.
is a spider there, but it's gone now, so thanks, Starlight, bye.
Spider Sparkle. Spider Sparkle. Okay, so this is basically... oh my god! Okay. So I guess this is Equestria's version of a Blue Ribbon. Well, that's a new face.
We are so proud of you all.
Ah, vinyl. Wait a minute. Isn't this the same music track from Rarity's store in Manhattan? Isn't this the same music track? It sounds the same.
You did it all by yourself. I can't believe you managed to do it without magic.
It was amazing. No one's ever stood up to Chrysalis like that. Oh, I just did.
Well, except for the main 6 back in season 2, right?
Watching your
Running like a dog.
Friendship lessons ready to go.
That should be in the under the Derpy Borough tags of behaving like a dog. This is unique seeing Princess Celestia be, you know, here for Twilight during a time such as this.
When I was your student and you were in this place, oh no. You sent me to Ponyville, which means it's time for me to send Starlight Glimmer away.
I'm sorry, but that face looks funny for some reason.
Only you can make that decision. It's a difficult one, but your heart knows what's right, even as it hurts.
Where are you gonna send her?
Thanks a lot, Spike. That's not helping.
I can send Starlight to the Dragonlands. She and Ember would totally hit it off. Ember!
Hey, and we get to see Ember again.
You ready to do some death-defying dragon stuff? Oh, totally.
Seriously, her voice changes literally for the sole purpose of this imagination. Twilight's letting these imaginations get to her.
Didn't happen. But it could. I just don't think I can send her anywhere. What am I gonna do?
Celestia? I don't think she is.
I can't believe you're laughing at me.
Oh, Twilight, I'm not. I'm laughing because I have the exact same fears you're having.
What?
Let me tell you a story.
Oh, now we get flashbacks from her, finally!
Young filly.
This episode is actually becoming a little more interesting.
Are you talking about Twilight? I can't see what you're thinking about.
Yes, Spike.
Hey, there's Moon Dancer.
Please surprised and impressed with her discoveries. But I noticed that her pursuit of academia was preventing her from reaching her full potential.
You mean it was keeping her isolated and alone?
Yeah, her books were keeping her from making friends before she was sent to Ponyville.
It wasn't easy.
Wow, okay, this is good.
Or throw a party in the castle. Oh, she'd have to talk to the other fillies then. Oh. I must send her away.
Finally, we're getting some more context.
Fillies in Ponyville. But I kept inventing all kinds of reasons why I shouldn't send you.
Okay, so wait, they were friends before she was there?
She gets pulled into
I thought they didn't even know each other, or maybe they did.
With any pony.
Are we supposed to say something?
I don't think so.
Yeah, don't make it worse.
You in Canterlot longer than I should have. Eventually, I realized all the anxiety I felt was because I didn't want you to go.
Really?
I loved having you as a student.
Okay, I say this is the best part in the entire episode. We get more context, you know, from Celestia's perspective.
Friends, you wouldn't need me anymore.
What's Pinky gonna do? I like how the vacuum cleaner has a face on it. And it actually changed expression. That was quick. Alright, so yeah, that was MLP Season 7, Episode 1, Celestial Advice. And Celestial Advice, this kind of had a lot, I mean, yes, this had a lot to do with the title. Alright, so a new routine for me during episode reactions is I rewatch the episode before I do my review part. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna watch this episode again for the second time. See ya. So yeah, looking at this episode, it kind of really does live up to its title, Celestial Advice, and that's what I mostly like this episode for. I like that we got to have Princess Celestia talk more. Not only that, but we also got a little bit more context, you know, a little more in-depth looked, a little more of an in-depth look of Princess Celestia's perspective through the whole ordeal of sending Twilight to Ponyville, and it felt unique and, you know, very good to see that. And yeah, I absolutely like that about this episode, and about this whole episode in general. Even watching it again, it felt a little boring all the way up to the part. Well, I mean, the Dragon Kingdom imagination part was pretty cool, but everything else felt a bit predictable. But yeah, the Celestia flashbacks part was really the best part of the entire episode, in my opinion. And watching the graduation part just felt like I was literally just watching an extended version of the sneak peek I saw about a couple of weeks ago. And you know, when Starlight Glimmer said, you know, I'm not sure if I'm really ready to go yet, and Twilight's like, you know what? I'm glad you're not sure you're not sure when you're ready to go yet. That got me thinking, is Starlight Glimmer actually gonna go anywhere, or is she just gonna stay in Ponyville? There's still a lot of uncertainty for Starlight's future here. Like, Other than the really good part of this episode with Princess Celestia talking about how she felt sending Starlight, sending Twilight away to Ponyville, what really felt like the best part of the episode. It didn't really give us a lot of hype or really entail and you know, what's really in the future for Starlight Glimmer. You know, other than the Celestia part of this episode, I really don't know what to say. I mean, we didn't really see very much new characters. There was no songs, so yeah, there goes a little bit of the charm. And to be honest, every character in this except for Celestia felt stale in this episode. I'm sorry, even after watching it again, every character felt kind of dull. Except for Princess Celestia, which kind of scares me a little bit. It makes me think... I mean, this is obviously supposed to be kind of a Celestia episode because it's called Celestial Advice. But the way they wrote this episode really kind of felt like Celestia was kind of stealing the show in this episode. I don't mean that in the bad thing. I absolutely adored the Celestia part. I absolutely loved that, I was able to be introduced to... That I was able to see Princess Celestia's point of view from, the whole ordeal with Twilight from her angle. It felt very interesting and very good to see. But I mean, a graduation, yeah, of course. I mean, what else is really left to teach Starlight? The way... the way they're going about Starlight Glimmer in a lot of the modern seasons today, I keep wondering, is Starlight Glimmer really gonna become the new main character or something? Is she gonna become the new Twilight Sparkle? To be honest, I don't really see that that's really the best direction for the show because I feel like we've gotten as much out of Starlight Glimmer as much as we can possibly get. I'm sorry, there's nothing really much else I can say. I mean, I looked at it twice and literally everything but the Dragonland part and the Celestia advice part, the rest of the episode felt kind of typical and a little flat. And I thought my review for this episode could be longer, but this episode is honestly not giving me much to say other than I absolutely adore Celestia's flashbacks and I absolutely adore her advice. And I like the laugh part. I absolutely love the laugh part. And yeah, it felt like a bit of an unnecessary cliffhanger to make us question, wait, was Starlight Glimmer actually laughing at her? And for a moment I was thinking, wait, whoa. Has Celestia become a changeling or something? Because that's kind of out of character for her. But no, after that little commercial glimpse, then we see she was only laughing because of the relatability. Because, she was cracking up because she's like, I felt that anxiety before. I felt that fear before. I felt that sense of nervousness before. And I didn't even know if I was ready to send you away either, but I ponied up. I'm still going with the saying from the friendship games. I can't get enough of that. Ponying up. I feel that's like an Equestria version of man up. And also because I don't know what you say for a women, like women up or something. I'm just going with pony up. So anyway, so Celestia finally, gathered up the courage to just push Twilight away and let her make her own decisions, and it turned out. She became a princess in Season 3, and now she has her own student, Starlight Glimmer, which has just graduated now. And again, I really don't know what's in the future for Starlight, because this episode honestly doesn't really say much other than she's graduated. Like, it seems like the possibilities are endless here. Where could Starlight go? Or what will happen to her? Will she just stay in Ponyville? Again, I don't really think that's the best decision, because Unless we get to see new things from Starlight, she can end up a pretty bland character compared to Twilight even. But do I say this is a bad episode? No, I don't hate it. But is it the best? Definitely not. But the remaining charm in this episode, I love the Celestia parts. I like that we actually got to hear more lines from her, like we get to see her talk more. We get to see more detail of what she was thinking back in the day. Again, we get to look back at the older days of, Twilight's young Canterlot days. I'm glad that we got, something like that again. But yeah, I would honestly give this episode, at a 7 out of 10. Because Celestia really made the whole episode. I mean, with her laugh part, with her story part, and the dragon, and the dragon's kingdom part was actually kind of funny. Like, seriously. It was funny seeing Starlight Glimmer's voice change to, like, a, redneck tomboy, all because, Ember is tough and whatnot. And not even Ember sounds like that. Spike literally points out, okay, Twilight, Starlight nor Ember sound like that. You're just letting your imagination go way too far here. And that's pretty clear. But other than that, the Starlight and Sunburst part felt, typical, and also the Changeling Kingdom parts sounded pretty typical also. I mean, we already saw what their kingdom looks like, so I don't really know, but I honestly give this episode about a 7 out of 10. I mean, Celestia really saved this episode, and at least her existence in this episode and her, and her very well delivered lines in this episode at least makes the episode live up to its title, Celestial Advice. So I do like the episode for that. Alright, so that was MLP Season 7, Episode 1, Celestial Advice. So the next one is going to be, obviously, Episode 2, All Bottled Up. I don't know. I mean, they're both two separate episodes. As I said in the beginning of this video, this is not a, two-parter premiere. And this is unique because this is the first time we saw a season begin without a traditional premiere, so I don't know. So far, this is just a season of I don't know. And I wouldn't say the season's off to the best start either, but hopefully there'll be good things for it in the future. But seriously, I really did like Celestia's appearance in this episode, and I really liked what she did in this episode. I really liked it. So, yeah, so that was the episode of today. So, yeah, very next video I'll be uploading, I'll be reacting to episode 2. So, thank you for joining me today. If you like the content on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe only if you actually enjoyed the content on my channel, not just because I asked you to. And I will see you in MLP Season 7, Episode 2, All Bottled Up. Bro Hoof, and I will see you then.